Hello, and welcome to AP Human Geography, Chapter 2, Part 4 of Population and Health by the educators of Orange County. Throughout this video, we will discuss the impacts of health on population growth. To begin, we have the infant mortality rate, which is the number of infant deaths per 1,000 live births. Infants are ages 0 to 1. Causes of infant mortality could be the physical health of the mother, poor sanitation, and limited modern technology. The three of these are more prominent in less developed countries such as Somalia, where their infant mortality rates are much higher than in more developed countries such as Germany. To continue, we have the child mortality rate and the maternal mortality rate. The child mortality rate is the number of deaths of children per 1,000 people in a population. Children are ages 1 to 5 years of age. Child mortality can be caused by poor living conditions and unsanitary living conditions, in addition to child labor. The maternal mortality rate is the number of deaths of mothers per 1,000 live births in a population. As displayed on the map to the right of the screen, the maternal mortality ratio is much higher in less developed countries, which are clustered in some areas of Latin America, Sub-Saharan Africa, Southwest Asia, and South Asia. Areas with lower maternal mortality rates are in more developed areas. To continue, we have the life expectancy, which is the average and predicted number of years someone is expected to live. This may vary for men and boys and women and girls in different areas. This can also correlate to the level of development in the country or area. Also keep in mind that this is only the average. It does not apply to everyone. Next, we will discuss the epidemiological transition model, or the ETM. This connects to the DTM, the demographic transition model. To begin, we have stage 1, which is represented by pestilence and famine. Famine means that there's not enough sustenance, especially for the lower classes. Pestilence represents epidemic diseases, such as the Black Plague. This relates to the first stage of the DTM, as there are high death rates, high birth rates, and a low natural increase rate. To continue, we have stage 2, which is represented by receding pandemic. There is a recession of widespread diseases. Mostly diseases that connect with this stage are related to unsanitary living conditions, such as cholera, which is a waterborne disease. This relates to the second stage of the DTM. As the CDR is decreasing, the CBR is high, and the NIR is high. Stage 3 is represented by degenerative diseases. These diseases cause most of the deaths during this stage because of improved healthcare services and technology, allowing people to live longer. Some examples can include cancer, memory loss, arthritis, and etc. This relates to the third stage of the DTM, as there is a decreasing CDR, a decreasing CBR, and a decreasing NIR. As shown on the map to the right, the share of population with cancer is higher in more developed countries such as North America, Europe, and Australia. This is because people are able to live longer, and these diseases come with old age. Next, we have stage 4, delayed degenerative diseases. These diseases are being terminated and delayed in some people due to modern technology. such as chemotherapy or radiology in cancer. This relates to the fourth stage of the DTM, as the CDR, CBR, and NIR are all low. Finally, we have stage 5, which is represented by delayed degenerative diseases and returning viruses or epidemics. Viruses from prior epidemics are returning after developing to withstand the modern medications. This relates to the 5th stage of the DTM, as the death rate is low, the birth rate is decreasing, and the natural increase rate is negative. Moving on from the ETM, we will now discuss different categories of diseases. There are infectious diseases, chronic or degenerative diseases, genetic or inherited diseases. Infectious diseases result from parasitic invasions and their replication. For example, malaria, cholera, and COVID-19. Chronic and degenerative diseases result from longevity and old age, such as cancer, tumors, or heart disease. Genetic inherited diseases result from a trait that has been passed down from your parents or ancestors, such as sickle cell anemia or hemophilia. To continue, we have geographic impact on health based on policies. Expansive population policies are policies that governments can set to encourage large families in order to raise the natural increase rate. Restrictive population policies are policies that the government can set to encourage smaller families in order to lower the natural increase rate, such as the China's one-child policy. The eugenic population policies are policies that governments can establish to encourage the favoring of one racial or cultural group over others. An example can be the apartheid laws of South Africa that were previously established but have been recently abolished. In conclusion, you may refer to these 2 textbooks for more information, and thank you for watching AP Human Geography, Chapter 2, Part 4 of Population and Health.